To the 2-minute warning. Today I'm taking a look at arguably the best team of football, the Arizona Cardinals, 4-0 after taking down the former undefeated LA Rams at 3-0, falling to 3-1. Kyler Murray over Matt Stafford. This was quite a matchup, but I'm going to go into depth, look at the Cardinals, look at everything about them, their matchups, their schedule, everything you want to know. And go over, is this the best team in football? Is this team a Super Bowl contender? Are they a lock for the playoffs? Are they going to win their division? Just how good is Kyler Murray in the Arizona Cardinals? I'm going to go into it. Before I give my breakdown, matchup prediction, takeaway, everything you want to know in here, I got to hear from you guys. Before I give my take, what is your take on the Cardinals' final record prediction for this season? 17-0, 15-2, 13-4, 10-7. Whatever it is, comment down below, and I'll give my answer at the end. Getting straight into it, though. Like I said, recap, Cardinals went into LA as the underdog and blew them out of the water. I don't want to say a 17-point game. It wasn't a Bills-Texans beatdown where it was 40-0, but two teams that we thought were very comparable, and one of the teams being favored to lose by 17 points, multiple scores, is in some circumstances could be labeled a blowout. Obviously, we know all this is primarily due to Kyler Murray. Obviously, it's a team effort, but without Kyler Murray, this team would not be half of what they are. I'm not necessarily saying he's carrying their backs, but he is leading them to a promised land of which I don't think many people thought. Did some people have the Cardinals being better than others? Yes. Did some people have the Cardinals making the playoffs and some people have the Cardinals not making the playoffs? Yes. Did some people have the Cardinals making a Super Bowl run? Yes. But did a lot of people have the Cardinals go 4-0? I don't think many people had that type of prediction, so kudos to them. Kudos to Kyler Murray. We know he's a top 10 quarterback, but how good within that top 10 is he? Is he top 8, top 7, top 6, top 5, top 4, top 3? Where is he? That's a question to be made. I still think it's a little early to give specific labels, but it is not early to say this guy is a top 8, top 9, probably top 8 quarterback who is on the come-up. Outside of him, though, like I said, it's a team effort. Chase Edmonds, 12 carries, 120 yards this past game, 10 yards a carry. James Conner didn't do too bad. He had 50 himself. I'd like to see Chase Edmonds get more of a starting role. You saw Chase Edmonds got less carries than James Conner. Kyler Murray, of course, had a little bit of his part take on the ground, 39 yards right there. What I like about this receiving core is that old man A.J. Green has shown he is not just old just yet. He's got some gas left in the tank. 6 targets, 5 receptions, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. D-Hop, it's been slightly quiet, but he's still D-Hop. He had Jalen Ramsey on him, and if you could put 67 yards on Jalen Ramsey, I'd say you did pretty good. Rondell Moore, he's kind of the sneaky rookie. Christian Kirk didn't have much play. Williams got some 5 catches, 5 targets, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Good for him. I'm going to say it's Max Williams, if I'm not mistaken. But also on the defense, I don't think I could pull it up here, but we know who's on there. Byron Murphy, Budda Baker, J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones, Isaiah Simmons, Zavon Collins. Cardinals are looking legit. I think their defense is heading towards the top 10 direction. I think the receiving core is top 5, arguably, if they're on point. I do think they're in the conversation top 5 receiving group. Backfield, I wouldn't say that's top 10 anywhere near. I like Chase Edmonds, and I do think he's better than most people give credit for, but come on, you guys got guys like Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones. He's just not in that tier. We all know that. And if you're saying he's as good as those guys, come on. I think he's better than most people think. Is he slightly underrated? Possibly, but come on. But are they the best team of football? They're 4-0. They beat the LA Rams. They beat the Tennessee Titans. They beat the Minnesota Vikings. And I cannot think of who they beat in Week 3. I could click on them and pull it up. But, yeah, I think they should definitely be in the conversation. I think hands down, everyone, Jacksonville, whatever. Everyone had the Rams being the number 1 team in the NFL last week. Heading into Week 4, Rams just beating the former Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, taking down Tom Brady in a somewhat dominant win, 10-point game, multiple scores. Rams number 1. You ask Colin Cowherd, you ask Stephen A., you ask Skip Bayless, you ask whoever, you ask me. They were the number 1 team, and they deserved to be. However, they got taken down. So is the crown automatically handed to the Cardinals? To me, they earn the right to be in that argument for sure. I still think it's amongst the Rams. I still think they should be in that conversation. I still think the Bucs should be in that conversation. I still think the Chiefs should be in that conversation regardless of record. We know how good some of these teams are on paper and what they are capable of doing. But for me to say the Cardinals can't hold the crown or can't be in that conversation, I'm just wrong. They're outperforming everyone, I think, everyone of what we thought. I think they're outperforming everyone's takes and predictions. Again, I think a lot of people could have had them be a playoff team. I think even a smaller amount of people could have had them being the Super Bowl, but I think an even less amount had them being 4-0. So therefore, they are getting a lot more credit coming to them. But the toughness doesn't stop. Tennessee, Minnesota, Rams, those are 3 good teams to beat, but they still got the Niners, they still got Cleveland, still got Green Bay, they got the Niners again, then Carolina, then they'll play the Rams again, then they got the Seahawks twice. That's what happens when you're in this tough division, but every single win counts in this division, so having 4-0 gives you a little bit of cushion, gives you a little bit of leeway. I personally think they could be 5-0. I think they could beat the Niners at home. Rookie Trey Lance, I think he'll be starting with Jimmy G's calf injury, and I like Trey Lance a lot, and I think in time, him versus Kyler Murray could be a long rivalry, but as of right now, as a rookie with Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt showing they still got something, I don't know about that. Cleveland, kind of a tougher one. We'll just have to see. I don't want to go and, these are game predictions. This is a whole nother video to talk about. These are just tougher games. I'm just saying they have the chance of going 5-0, 6-0. They could beat Houston 7-0. Green Bay, we'll see. 8-0. I don't know. A little crazy to go that far, but who would have thought they'd go 4-0? So who am I to say they will or won't? But personally, I think the way Kyler's playing a top 10 quarterback, I think the way Chase Edmonds is filling in his role of executing when he is needed, and AJ Green, D-Hop, Rondell Moore, Christian Kirk, Max Williams, all these guys stepping up when needed and finding their roles, I think they are in the conversation of the best team in the NFL. I was concerned about their secondary this year. I was concerned about the run game this year. I was concerned about AJ Green this year. I was concerned about Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt this year. I'm being honest. I'm being transparent. I was concerned about the Cardinals being the real deal. And it's still early. Technically could go 4-13, but last year they started 2-0. They fell to 2-2. They went to 6-2, fell to 8-8. This year's different. They started at 2-2, and then even in the Jags game, you're like, oh boy, are they going to slip up, lose to the Jags after that kick six? And then in the second half, they turned it around. They won. They went 3-0. They went to the Rams' house. They won. They went 4-0. This is a different Cardinals team than last year. Cliff Kingsbury knows his job is on the line, and as of at this moment, he's keeping it. Kyler Murray's performing well. He makes some mistakes sometimes, but who doesn't? He didn't throw a pick this game. He did what they needed this game, and kudos to the Arizona Cardinals. Do I think the Rams has a chance of getting them next time, and do I think the Rams can get them next time? Yep. But until next time. And good thing for the Cardinals, I think they're in the conversation as the best team in the NFL. You got the Bucks, Chiefs, Rams, Packers might be in there, Bills might be in there, Browns might be in there, Ravens might be in there. It's tough, but the Cardinals have to be in there. I think they're above the Niners. I think they're above the Seahawks, and I think as of right now, they do own the division, but I do think as of right now, they are kind of in a race for the division. At the beginning of the year, I had them be the odd man out. I was like, the Niners are healthy again. Russ and the Seahawks. Stafford now with LA. I like Arizona, but they're just a year away. Well, I was a year late on that prediction. They are ready now, and personally, I think the Niners could be the odd man out now. Them or Seattle, I do still think Rams and Cardinals are at the top. I think the Niners just losing Jimmy G, losing a lot of guys in their secondary. They just might not be ready this year. Trey Lance, I like him, but I don't know how he will be as a rookie. And then they've had injuries to their backfield, Raheem Mostert. And then the Seahawks, I like what they got between Russ, Jamal Adams, Bobby Wagner, DK Metcalf. But there's a lot of flaws on that team that you just don't see due to Russ. I'm not saying neither of those teams can't beat the Cardinals or can't win the division, but just saying if you force me to pick in the toughest division of football who I think is the odd man out, it is no longer the Arizona Cardinals. But you guys tell me, like I said, what is your record prediction for this team? Personally, I think they'll finish strong. Looking at the schedule, Niners, Cleveland, Houston, Green Bay, Niners again, Carolina, Seattle, Chicago, Rams, Detroit, Indianapolis, Dallas, Seattle. There's a couple breaks. There's a couple tough ones. I'm going to say things will catch up eventually. I think they'll be a strong team and finish 12-5. I think there will be a couple games they just can't win every single one in this division. Seattle might catch them twice. Rams might catch them again. They could split with the Niners. Maybe Dallas will catch them off guard. Maybe Green Bay will get a shakeout. I'll say anywhere, I'd say +1, -1, 12-5. That would be my prediction for the Arizona Cardinals, but they're red hot right now. Who's to say they don't go 5-0, and then my prediction's already starting to look wrong. But I'll say +1, -1, 12-5 for my final prediction. But like I said, guys, comment down below what yours is. As always, and of course, thank you for watching. Demon Warning.